When Mercedes started to produce this car, it was not that difficult to buy, but only of course if you had 24 million rubles. At that time, it was something like 800,000 bucks. But today, this car will cost you from 90 to 100 million rubles. Here in Russia, this car has the fame of a gangster's car, so all the students and young boys simply go crazy with it. And I guess they're just gonna applaud when they see a six-wheel drive G-Wagon. But I'd like to tell you some more than just usual facts about it. Actually, I also wanted this car for myself, so let's test it and see what it can. What do you think? Who was this car made for? I have absolutely no idea. I always consider it a kind of a luxury madness. Holy motherfucking shit. Guys, you have to understand this is happening on a six-wheel G-Wagon. It has quite a unique behavior. How good was that? It's a very big car with very big wheels. And here a lot of young guys see this car in their dreams. They consider it the car of gods. They think it can drive everywhere. And maybe that's true. But not all the truth. I used to fap to this car, right until the moment I sat behind the wheel. You know what? The next thing I can't say about all the AMGs, but hear what I think about Mercedes and all what they produce today. I can't even call it Mercedes, I'd rather call it Mercedes. So I thought a lot why this car was made for, and hear what I got to. The Mercedes must have the best marketers in the world, and I want to send them my regards. You guys are fucking geniuses, because it's only you who could take a 30 years old doghouse with a 25 years old engine and call it a Mercedes Geländewagen G65 AMG and sell it for fucking 800,000 bucks. But here, you managed to exceed simply all of my expectations. You fucking did it. The cost of all axles in this car is gonna blow your head. Same system, with same portal axles, installed on a four-wheel drive car, not 6x6. The whole assembly with all the mechanisms costs crazy 11 million rubles. More than 360,000 bucks. So here we have 6 axles and it must cost something like 18 million rubles. You can count that in dollars if you want to, but I can say that's just some crazy money. And it's not the Mercedes who produced these axles, and the company that provides G-Wagons with these mechanisms is called Tech. And here we have the nameplate, where we have the ID and all the necessary information, and even the date this axle was produced. And what's so unique about it, you may ask me? The thing is that here, as usual, the cardan sends all the rotation to the differential, and then it goes to the sides through these shafts. But check this out. The axle and the hub are located here on different levels. It's made for better flotation, and the trick is that here inside we have a special mechanism with a pair of gears. And we have another pair of gears inside of this mechanism. So already this second pair of gears works with the main hub. So that is why this car should have such a high flotation. I wouldn't say this car feels 100% confident off the road. But anyway, I have to admit, this is my own amateur point of view, and I'm sure that the professional off-road drivers, the guys who love to dig and slide deep in shit and dive into mud till their side mirrors, these guys would definitely argue with me and say, Davidich, you are wrong and you choose the wrong place. to test this car. And I agree with you guys. Maybe this car really has some insane flotation. But suddenly, and unexpectedly, some black R35 Nissan GTR intrudes our test drive and shamelessly starts to drive off the road, the same place we just did. Come on, I floored the gas pedal. I feed you with 100 octane fuel, what else do you want from me? It's tasty. Dude, just look what it does. This is unacceptable to drive like this in the city. The only single thing inside here that is different from the usual G-Wagon is this upper dashboard. And the only thing it does, it helps you to regulate and change the tire pressure. So now tell me, how could you create such a special dashboard for this without any backlight? There's no light at all. You want to change the pressure, you can't find the buttons, they have no light. Same as the toggle switches. And all this thing, if you grab it and try to move it a little bit, it just shakes like this. Really, Mercedes? Yesterday we took a ride and this panel just came off and fell down. And it's still shaking, check this out. This car may be useful for some hunter, or if it's your 5th or maybe 7th car, then maybe you need it. But if you dream about this car and you want to spend your last money for it, forget about this junk. This is an uncontrollable, miserable, clumsy car. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's true. Inside this car, you feel yourself absolutely safe. That is what you cannot take away from it. No matter who runs into us, he will get injured, but not us. And this car, I'm sure, will drive us home after any car accident. The visibility in this car is horrible. When you try to move backwards, you can count only on your side mirrors. And I think that's stupid. Please someone on this earth tell me why the people who designed this car didn't just put a rear view camera in the back. No one needs that awful menu you put here, but you had to put a rear view camera in this car. You should have done it. Come on, Mercedes. This car has a mileage about 3,000 miles. And it came out in 2014. But this door opener already arrived. What do you think? What's there I'm hiding with my hand? You'll never guess. Well, maybe someone will. But I think that a car for 800,000 have no right to have such things. A self-tapping screw. They just took a black self-tapping screw and screwed it into the leather. Come on now, tell me that they made that on purpose because they wanted to represent the brutality of this car. But I think that's a f***up. If I ever make a car with such a price, I would definitely think about a human trying to climb inside it. I've no idea how many suit trousers have been torn apart by those who tried it, but I'm sure it's a huge pile of pants. This part used to be fully varnished. It was covered with some lacquer. And today it seems like already not. I really don't know. How can I possibly use it? Maybe if I had a cottage in a country or some ranch far away from good roads and civilization. I can't even imagine a place where I could need such wheels. I would probably transport something with it, and that would be convenient, because the interior is very comfortable. Okay, it has some tapping screws and an old multimedia system, whatever, but still it's very comfortable and cozy inside here. And that's a Mercedes. In fact, we got two Geländewagens, but since we wanted to test the six-wheeler first, we spent all our time shooting and reviewing this particular car. And the blue one just accompanied us. We climbed the hills together, and together we raced the Cousin Ring racetrack. It was always there. And we didn't even try to compare these cars, cause the blue one actually broke up during the process. So I hope it still got its warranty. We did this video not because we wanted to mock Mercedes, definitely not. This is a legendary car with a legendary history. I thank this company for helping us with this test drive and for giving us these two amazing cars. We had lots of fun and pleasure with them. And it was the first time we had an honest interaction with Mercedes company. When they gave us these cars, they didn't ask us to tell only good things. They said that we can be honest, and that was pretty cool. And thanks a lot to the owner of this car, cause not everyone would use it the way he does. He does not groom and cherish it. This is a battle tank, and it got through some battles. And I saw its scars. Thank you very much. This is D3. I'm Davidich. And please, my dear friends, hit the like button, subscribe. Come on, bro, just press this bell button and subscribe. We're freezing Russian snow to make our best for you. Now I go home.